Here is the truth nobody wants to talk about. We are fed this story from the time we are young. Forgive. Give second chances. Love means never giving up. But I am here to tell you something different. I am here to tell you that there are certain lines, once crossed, that represent a point of no return. These are not simple mistakes or bad days. These are fundamental violations that burn the very bridge of the relationship to ashes. To pretend otherwise, to forgive and forget in these scenarios is not an act of love. It is an act of self-annihilation. It is agreeing to lose yourself, piece by piece, until nothing remains but a shadow of who you were. This conversation is critical. It is not about hatred or blame. It is about self-preservation. It is about recognizing when a dynamic has become so toxic, so rooted in disrespect and manipulation, that staying is no longer an act of commitment, but an act of surrender. Surrender of your dignity, your mental peace, and your future. Let's be brutally clear. Forgiveness without profound, demonstrated change is not nobility. It is enabling. It is signing your own permission slip for continued mistreatment. We need to name these behaviors for what they are: deal breakers, non-negotiable, the final straw. And I need you to do something for me right now. If you are ready for this raw, unfiltered truth, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We are building a community here of people who are done playing games and are ready to reclaim their power. Your support is what allows these vital conversations to happen. The first unforgivable act: the architecture of lies. We are not discussing a lie about a surprise gift or hiding a minor purchase. We are talking about the systematic construction of a parallel reality. This is when a person, regardless of gender, lies about where they were, who they were with, what they are doing with money, or the nature of their relationships. They build a fiction and then demand you live inside of it. The damage here is catastrophic. You begin to question your own perception. You double-check your memory, you scrutinize your instincts, and a constant, low-grade hum of anxiety becomes your normal state. Did that really happen? Did she really say that? Am I going crazy? This is not accidental. When someone decides that lying to you is acceptable, they are communicating one devastating message: your reality does not matter. Your right to truth is subordinate to their convenience. Trust is the bedrock. Every lie, from the seemingly innocuous to the monumental, is a crack in that foundation. And a structure built on a cracked foundation will collapse. It is only a matter of time. I have spoken to individuals whose partners operated this way. It started small. This old thing? I've had it for years. I'm just working late, baby. He dismissed it as harmless, until the day he stumbled upon the evidence: a secret second phone, a massive credit card debt he knew nothing about, or discovering that the work trips were vacations with someone else. The lying itself was not the core disease, it was the symptom. The symptom of a person who views their partner not as an equal, but as a mark, a resource to be managed through deception. The chronic liar is a boundary tester. They tell a small lie and watch your reaction closely. Your silence, your unwillingness to make a scene, your choice to keep the peace. These are all recorded in their mind as permission. Permission to escalate. Today, it's a lie about a $20 bill. You let it go. Tomorrow, it's a lie about having dinner with a colleague. You accept the story. A month from now, it's a full-blown secret life. Each lie you swallow devalues your trust in their eyes. It teaches them that your dignity has a cheap price. Eventually, you find yourself in a relationship not with a person, but with a ghost, a mirage. You can never be sure if the words you hear are authentic or simply the lines required for today's performance. You sacrifice your peace of mind, forever waiting for the next reveal. Does this pattern sound familiar? Have you felt that sinking feeling in your gut when the story doesn't quite add up? I want you to share your experience in the comments below. You are not alone, and your story could be the wake-up call someone else needs to hear today. The second unforgivable act: the public execution disguised as a joke. You know this scenario. You are at a gathering with friends, family, or colleagues. Your partner launches into a story designed to make you the butt of the joke. They mock your ambitions, ridicule your hobbies, or diminish your accomplishments in front of others. Oh, don't get him started on his little projects. They never go anywhere. He tried cooking once and almost burned the building down. Typical. You stand there, a forced smile plastered on your face, feeling the heat of everyone's gaze. Your social standing, your respectability, melts away with each laugh, and they are laughing at you, not with you. This is not humor. This is social domination through humiliation. The person is elevating themselves by strategically lowering you. They are asserting control by demonstrating to the tribe that you are not to be taken seriously. It is a power play, pure and simple. The insidious genius of this tactic is the built-in defense mechanism. The moment you object, you are immediately labeled as too sensitive, can't take a joke, or no fun. They skillfully flip the script, painting you as the oppressive one for refusing to be their punching bag. This is manipulation 101. Understand this. Genuine, healthy teasing within a couple feels supportive. It has a warmth to it. It never seeks to wound or belittle. When you are systematically used as the punchline, it is not comedy. It is contempt. And psychological research is unequivocal. Contempt is the single greatest predictor of relationship failure. It is the acid that dissolves love, respect, and connection. Once your partner looks at you with that flicker of contempt, that eye roll, that smirk, that tone, the emotional core of the relationship is dying. You cannot build a loving future with someone who fundamentally disrespects you. Before we move on, if this content is resonating with you, if it's shining a light on dynamics you've struggled to name, show this channel some support. Smash that like button right now. It tells the algorithm that this real talk needs to be spread far and wide. The third unforgivable act, emotional blackmail as a control tactic. This is where love is twisted into a weapon. This is the partner who threatens to leave, to harm themselves, or to withdraw affection if you do not comply with their demands. They erupt into tears not from genuine hurt, but to win an argument. They use your deepest feelings for them as leverage. The phrases are telltale signs. If you really loved me, you would. I guess I'm just not important to you. A real partner would never. Fine, I'll just leave then. You clearly don't care. This is not communication. This is cold, calculated coercion. It attacks the very best parts of you. Your empathy, your loyalty, your desire to be a good person. It is designed to induce guilt and make you responsible for managing their emotional state. Over time, you lose the ability to distinguish their authentic pain from a theatrical performance engineered for control. The emotional blackmailer is an emotional terrorist. They take your compassion hostage and demand a ransom paid in your compliance, your autonomy, and your truth. They become experts in your vulnerabilities because they have studied you. Your fear of abandonment, your need to feel needed, your aversion to conflict. All of these noble traits are cataloged and weaponized. Their goal is not mutual understanding or a fair resolution. Their goal is submission, total victory. They want your will broken and your independence surrendered. Remember this, and remember it well. A person who genuinely loves you will never weaponize your love for them. They will not make you the sole custodian of their happiness. Real love wants you to choose it freely, from a place of strength and desire, not because you are trapped by fear, obligation, or guilt. A relationship built on this kind of blackmail is not a partnership. It is an emotional prison. The fourth unforgivable act, the eradication of boundaries in the name of love. This manifests as the partner who goes through your phone, your emails, your private messages. They show up unexpectedly at your workplace. They demand a detailed accounting of every minute you spend apart from them. They interrogate you about every phone call, every text notification, every casual friendship. You begin to live in a state of constant surveillance. You weigh every word before you speak it. You edit your behavior, anticipating the inquisition. The atmosphere is one of pervasive suspicion. They will frame this as deep care, passion, or being just so in love they can't help it. Do not believe this fiction. This is not love. This is the desire to possess, to own, to control. True care is rooted in respect and trust. This behavior is rooted in insecurity and the need to dominate. Privacy is not about having secrets. It is about maintaining a self. It is the sacred space where you remain an individual within the context of a couple. It is your right to your own thoughts, your own internal world, and your own external connections. When someone violently breaches those boundaries, they are declaring, "You are not a separate person. You are an extension of me. Your autonomy is an illusion I do not recognize." This erases the healthy line where you end and they begin. It turns a union into a consumption. This is not romance, it is suffocation. In such an atmosphere, trust is impossible and love cannot breathe. It withers, leaving only resentment and a pervasive sense of being owned. We're halfway through, and this is the point where many people start to feel seen. If that's you, I need you to type "seen" in the comments right now. Let's get this conversation trending. And don't forget to subscribe for more content that cuts through the noise and gets to the heart of the matter. The fifth unforgivable act, the language of physical force. This must be stated with zero ambiguity. Physical aggression of any kind is a non-negotiable, immediate termination of the relationship. A push, a slap, throwing an object at you, punching walls, destroying your property. These are not losses of control. They are demonstrations of dominance. The language being spoken here is the language of force. It says, "When I am displeased, I will use physical intimidation or violence to control you." The most dangerous myth is believing it will not escalate. It always escalates. A shove becomes a harder shove. A slap becomes a closed fist punch. A thrown remote becomes a shattered laptop. Every single act of violence you forgive sends one crystal clear message. It works. You will tolerate it. Your physical safety and sense of security are negotiable items, less important than their momentary anger. Think critically. This person does not hit their boss. They do not throw things at a police officer. They do not shove a stranger in a bar. This selective control is the ultimate proof that their actions are a choice. They are in perfect command of themselves. They simply choose not to exercise that control with you. They have identified you as a safe target, a pressure valve for their aggression, because they have calculated, often correctly, that you will not respond in kind. They mistake your love, your patience, and your forgiveness for weakness and for permission. There is no excuse. There is no context. There is no, but they were stressed. This is a hard line drawn in steel. You cross it, you are gone. The sixth unforgivable act, financial parasitism and covert control. Money is not just currency. It is translated freedom, security, and choice. Whoever controls the finances within a relationship controls the trajectory of that relationship. Financial abuse is often slow, subtle, and shrouded in emotional manipulation. This is the partner who mysteriously never has their wallet, who has constant emergencies that require your funds, who hides their own income while feeling entitled to freely spend yours. They may sabotage your career opportunities, complaining about your work hours, causing drama before important meetings, to keep you financially dependent. They may run up debt in your name or make large unilateral financial decisions. When you attempt to establish a boundary or ask for transparency, you are met with a barrage of emotional blackmail. "We're a team, aren't we? Why are you being so selfish? I guess your money is more important than our relationship. Don't you trust me?" This is designed to shut you down and induce guilt. Gradually, you begin to feel less like a partner and more like a resource. A walking ATM. Your own financial goals, savings, investments, personal dreams are sidelined because all resources are funneled into maintaining their lifestyle or cleaning up their financial messes. A healthy financial partnership is built on radical transparency, shared goals, and mutual consent. It is a collaboration. What we are describing here is not collaboration, it is extraction. It is a one-way transfer of security and freedom, cloaked in the language of love and unity. The seventh unforgivable act, the strategic isolation campaign. This is one of the most sinister and effective tactics because it happens with glacial slowness and is often disguised as devotion. It begins with subtle criticisms of your support system. "I don't know why you hang out with Alex. He's such a bad influence. Your family is so toxic, they just don't want us to be happy. You spend so much time on your hobby/band/sport. It's like you'd rather be there than with me." It is framed as concern, as a desire for us to be closer. But the result is always the same. Step by step, the people who provide you with perspective, support, and a reality check outside of the relationship are pushed away. Your world shrinks. Your phone rings less. Your social calendar empties. And you start to justify this isolation as the depth of your bond, until your partner becomes your sole source of social oxygen, your only window to the world. This is not a search for intimacy. This is the systematic elimination of competition. It is a calculated strategy to gain total control over your perception of reality. An isolated person is a vulnerable person. When there is no one to say, "Hey, that thing they said to you was not okay. Their narrative becomes the only narrative. You lose your bearings. Their manipulations become your truth. Isolation is the abuser's greatest ally. It makes leaving feel impossible because by the time you consider it, you feel you have nowhere to go and no one to turn to. They have carefully engineered that very feeling. This is heavy, I know, but you need to hear it. If you're still with me, if you're recognizing these patterns, I need you to share this video. Share it with a friend who might need to see it. Use the power of this platform to break someone's isolation today. The eighth unforgivable act, the conscious choice of infidelity. Let's dispense with the soft language and the facile excuses. Infidelity is not a mistake or something that just happens. It is a long series of deliberate, conscious choices. The choice to engage in inappropriate flirtation. The choice to hide communications. The choice to arrange a meeting. The choice to lie directly to your face. The choice to physically betray your trust. The choice to risk your emotional and physical health. This is not merely a physical act. It is the emotional annihilation of the promises made. It is a statement that the entire foundation of the relationship is disposable in the pursuit of momentary gratification. The excuses are pathetic attempts to offload responsibility. We were in a rough patch. You weren't paying attention to me. It didn't mean anything. Every one of these is an admission of profound cowardice. If there are problems, you communicate. If needs are unmet, you work on it, together. If the relationship is irreparable, you end it with integrity. You do not outsource your fulfillment while keeping your partner on standby as a safety net. A person who cheats has shown you their core character. They are someone who will choose betrayal when it is convenient and deception when it is easier. They have proven that their immediate desires trump your safety, your peace of mind, and your dignity. The data does not lie. A person who cheats once is exponentially more likely to do so again. To believe their pleas for a second chance is not an act of strength or magnanimous love. It is volunteering for future, guaranteed pain. It is the final surrender of your self-respect. Believe them the first time. The ninth unforgivable act, weaponizing your vulnerabilities. This is, perhaps, the deepest and most personal betrayal. This is when the person you trusted with your most tender parts, your childhood traumas, your secret fears, your profound insecurities, takes that knowledge and uses it as precision ammunition in a conflict. You shared your fear of being a failure. In the next argument, they sneer, "No wonder you can't get ahead. You're such a loser." You confided about a painful family dynamic. They throw it back. "You're just as messed up as your father. It's no surprise." You opened up about body image issues. They aim for it. Maybe if you actually cared about how you looked. This is not fighting fair. This is emotional sadism. Their goal is not to resolve a disagreement. It is to eviscerate you, to win at any cost. They are deliberately targeting the very wounds they promised to help heal. When someone uses your pain against you, they are not just hurting you in the moment. They are performing a profound act of destruction. They are guaranteeing you will never open up to anyone again. They are teaching you, in the most visceral way possible, that vulnerability is fatal and that trust is simply the act of handing someone a weapon to later use against you. Real love protects your wounds. It creates a sanctuary where you can be fragile without fear. It does not scout that terrain for future attack points. This behavior reveals a chilling lack of empathy and a win-at-all-costs mentality that is utterly incompatible with genuine partnership. The 10th unforgivable act, the addictive cycle of abuse and love bombing. This is the classic, soul-destroying pattern. From Monday to Friday, you are devalued, criticized, screamed at, and diminished. You are living in a state of walking on eggshells. Then, the weekend comes. Suddenly, they are affectionate, apologetic, romantic. They buy you gifts, plan a special dinner, become the perfect partner you fell for. They love bomb you. This creates what psychologists call a trauma bond. The contrast between the hell of the devaluation phase and the heaven of the reconciliation phase is so extreme that your brain becomes addicted to the relief. The good times feel euphoric, not because they are genuinely good, but because they are the cessation of pain. You become hooked on the cycle itself, mistaking the intermittent reinforcement for love. You start living in anticipation, trying to be perfect enough to prolong the good version and avoid triggering the bad one. The honeymoon phase is not love. It is the resetting of the trap. Those romantic gestures are not true remorse. They are a calculated investment to keep you ensnared, to confuse your sense of reality. And the terrifying truth of these cycles is that they intensify. The devaluations get colder and crueler. The love bombing periods get shorter. The whiplash accelerates. You are on a psychological roller coaster designed to break your will and ensure your compliance. Why do people endure this? The mental traps. Understanding the why is crucial to breaking free. 1. The sunk cost fallacy. I've invested 5 years, a house, a family. I can't walk away now. This is the illusion that past investment justifies future misery. The truth is, those years are already gone. Staying only guarantees you will sacrifice future years to a lost cause. 2. The fear of being alone. The thought of solitude can feel terrifying. But I will tell you this, being alone is not the worst thing. The worst thing is being with someone who makes you feel profoundly lonely, worthless, and insane every single day. Alone, you can heal. You can rediscover yourself. You are safe. 3. The false hope of change. This hope is fed by tears, promises, and explanations about a difficult past or stress. But an explanation is not an excuse. Understanding why someone is toxic does not make their toxicity less poisonous to you. Real change is demonstrated through consistent, lasting action over time, not through words during a tearful apology. People do not change because you forgive them heroically. They change because they undertake the brutal, internal work to do so for themselves. The way out, reclaiming your narrative. If you have seen your situation in these words, please hear this. It is not your fault. You did not cause this. You cannot love someone into becoming a decent person. You cannot forgive someone into respecting you. Leaving is not failure. It is the ultimate act of self-respect. It is the declaration that you will no longer participate in your own destruction. It takes immense courage to walk away from someone you have loved, but it is necessary when you realize you are obligated to love yourself more. The cost of staying is catastrophic. Your physical health deteriorates under chronic stress. Your mental health crumbles. Your career and ambition stagnate. If you have children, they absorb this model of love and are likely to repeat it in their own lives. These unforgivable acts are not slips or lapses. They are choices. A choice to deceive. A choice to humiliate. A choice to control. A choice to betray. When someone makes these choices repeatedly, they are showing you, with perfect clarity, who they are. Believe them. Do not forgive them. Leave. You have one life. One precious, irreplaceable life. You will not get these years back. You deserve a relationship where respect is the baseline, the absolute minimum, not a reward you earn through suffering. You deserve a love that is a safe harbor, a source of peace and strength, not a daily battlefield. Stop asking, how can I fix this? Start demanding of yourself, why am I tolerating this? This is your call to action. This is where you decide. I want you to go to the comments right now and tell me which of these patterns you have faced or overcome. Your story has power. Your experience could be the catalyst that helps someone else choose themselves today. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Hit that like button. Share this video aggressively with anyone who needs this message. Remember, leaving a toxic relationship is not giving up on love. It is giving up on accepting anything less than love. This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of the chapter where you finally, decisively, take back the pen. Only by breaking this vicious cycle do you create the space for a real, healthy, and empowering partnership. We are here to continue this conversation, to provide clarity, and to support you in taking back your power. Your future self is waiting for you to make the choice they will forever thank you for. Choose yourself now.